Alright, so today's just going to be a bit more yard tidying. Picking up some more palm leaves. That's where the fence is here, and a brush cut there. All along the side of the shed. Places that you can't get to with a mower. Oh, didn't realise I left it unlocked. Whoops. Makes it easier for me, I guess. Oh, little praying mantis. Hello, baby. Oh, there's a few. Some bitch. Oh, damn it. Some may wonder why I'm double handling palm fronds. Well, I find it easier to collect them like this, lay them out in a certain way, so all these stems here face in the same direction. Easier to pick up a whole big pod instead of just trying to carry them around all willy-nilly. It does take a bit more time, but I think it's worth it. Oh, getting on the peacocks. This is prime hiding spots for snakes, aka danger noodles. I've only ever really come across, I think, one dangerous snake here. Can't exactly remember what it's called, but I know I didn't want to fuck with it. It's actually in one of the previous videos of me mowing through the orchard. It's actually at the very beginning of it. I'll probably end up passing one or two trees, and then I quickly jump off, and you can see me walking after something, and that was the snake. I was hoping I'd be able to get a bit of a closer look. I also didn't realize how fast the time warp setting on the GoPro was. So even though it looked like, yeah, it was a split second thing, I run after it. It's actually a lot longer than that. The same thing with a few other videos where I've tried to show some insects or some birds, even the cows, which aren't here right now. Didn't realize how fast it all went. So, do apologize for that, but like I said, I'm still figuring everything out. Everything right now is trial and error. So once I get a bit more used to all this, I should be able to get some, I wouldn't say better content, the content's pretty good as it is, but some clearer stuff. And eventually I've got to climb on my roof and make sure there's no bloody palm leaves up there either. Guarantee you there fucking is. That's alright, it's not a hard job. Gotta remember to walk on the screws. And at a later date you'll get to see me tidy all this crap up. Got the rubbish over here, load up the trailer, you know, just random bits and pieces that you've somehow acquired being on a farm. Some of it was already here before I even got the place. But again, let's see, all trial and error. I will just slowly making my way through all the crap. I'm scaring the geese off. You can hear the whistling ducks losing their nanny. Oh, those bloody ducks are cute as shit though. The good thing is, for the most part, I have cleaned up all the palm leaves that will become a hindrance to me whilst doing other yard work, but that's alright. The stuff that isn't going to be a hindrance but still on the ground, the mower's going to chomp that up. I've got some really good blades on it, so not much really survives once you run over it. Although I do say that that poor mower cops an absolute monumental flogging when I do use it. Would like to go something a bit bigger. Honestly, probably have to go to something a bit of a commercial size. And don't get me wrong, that mower does a great job now, but when you're using it for 6, 8, 10, shit, sometimes even 12 hours a day, consistently for, I don't know, a week or two, when it comes to that length of time per use, you can definitely tell the old girl needs a bit of TLC. And I will show some videos of that, bit of mower maintenance, where to grease, what to do, things like that. But yeah, unfortunately for you guys, fortunately for me, I've already done the mower maintenance, and that was just before I did the mowing. Oopsie, mowing out there. Like I said beforehand, me mowing out there is just to try and mitigate how much is going to grow over the wet season. Because if I don't try and get on top of that now, if I just leave it, like whatever, I get to it once wet season ends or whatever, I won't be able to do it with the mower, because they grow so bloody fast and so thick that it will stop the mower in its tracks. I'll quickly clean this crap up too. Sometimes it can be a gentle stop. It might just clip the edge of the mower deck and stop the whole thing in its tracks, or an aggressive one where I didn't realize that it was that big. Now I hit it with the front of the deck, in between the front two, obviously the front two wheels. It'll damn near throw me over the steering wheel on it, especially if you're not paying attention. And the good thing is that since I have been here for a good couple of years now, and I have mowed this entire 20 acres a considerable number of times, I have a really good idea where everything is, where to avoid, what to look out for. And over those years I've managed to remove some of those worries, like star pickets, rocks, sometimes even termite mounds, which are a bit of a big thing up here. And the termite mounds are extremely dense. Even the little tiny ones, if I clip, even if it's half a foot tall, not even that, if I clip it with the mower, there's a good chance I'm going to do some damage. That looks alright. Yeah, so there's a good chance I'll do some decent damage if I hit something even that small. I know there's been people out there that decided to try and knock one down with their car. You know, and this thing might be 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot, if not bigger. And they think, oh, you know, won't be that bad. And then they end up wrecking or riding off their car completely. Termite mounds still stand there, might have a few scuff marks on it, but apart from that, the termite mounds come out pretty unscathed. Now the locals up here, so your Territorians or your Darwinites, whatever you want to call us, know better. Alright, you know better than to fuck with that kind of stuff, because it will come back, will bite you on the ass, and it's going to cost you a decent chunk of change. It's the tourists or the southerners that come up and decide to fuck around and find out. They find out pretty goddamn hard too. But for 6 months of the year, tourism up here is practically non-existent. And that's because it's humid as hell. So I haven't checked today, but I know yesterday we're about 38, 39 degrees Celsius. No idea what that is in Fahrenheit, but I know it's fucking hot. And we're rocking, I don't know, about 50% humidity. And that's everywhere else, 50% humidity is up there. It's fucking disgusting. For here, this time of year, it's not too bad. Like, it's very bearable. Still go out and do yard stuff. Still have your daily life, but southerners that come up, especially if they're from a colder part of the country, they're gonna practically die. They won't do anything except sit in the aircon, find a good local swimming hole if they're open in wet season, which the very vast majority are closed, if not all of them are closed. So yeah, 6 months a year is fine if you're used to it, if you like the heat. The other 6 months, I like to say that it is probably the most picturesque summer days you can ever imagine. You know, not reaching, you have your hot days like your heat waves, but for the very vast majority of it, you're looking at 30, 32 degrees, beautiful, beautiful weather, no clouds. It's actually mostly cool. Yeah, and that's the time of year where all the southerners or all the tourists will flock up and see what's what. A lot of nomads, a lot of caravanners will flock up here. And it's a great part of the year to come up here and have a look, but it also sometimes brings undesirables. Now, what I was saying about termite mounds, so that's a little section of termite mound. Right, this is an old container that was here when we got here. Little guy, you know, not too bad. But I'm not sure if you can see all that, but I'll get up a bit further. There we go. All up there. This container is more just like the junk container or spare tires, things like that. There we go. Again, not sure if you'll be able to see in there too well, but if you do, epic. That's good. If not, shit happens. I'm sure you'll live. So the goal today again is brush cut along the side of the fence next to the shed. I'll come around here, brush cut all here, around these concrete bollards, which I would like to use at some point in the future, but see how that pans out. Luckily, nothing's really grown along this fence line. I still might have to touch it up a little bit. Shit happens, that's going to be pretty easy. Base of the tree I won't need to worry about, that's good. I definitely have to do on this side of the shed as well. As you can see, an old boat engine I'm going to have to eventually throw out. I'll probably end up selling this thing. Again, this was left here when I got the place. This is where my bore is. This natural water, doesn't have any chemicals or anything in it. It is probably the, yeah, bless you, it is probably the best tasting water I've ever had. It's the cleanest. Like I said, no fluoride in it, no chlorine, no nothing. Most bores have a bit of a problem with calcium or iron. Not with this bore. It is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, so pretty chuffed with that. We'll have to hit all this stuff. I'll probably hit it with the mower. What is it? I think this is missionary grass, or the babies of gamba grass. And as you can see, I'm not sure if you see very much, but see how it grows in that clump? That'll go slightly wider, not too much, but it'll just go up. It'll go ridiculous. And it can get up 6, 8, 10 foot. I'm pretty sure there's probably 10 to 12 foot chunks of gamba grass over there. So yeah, I hit all this. Do got to piss these things off. They're old farming bits of equipment. I mean, I probably could use parts of it for something, but I'm not going to. Again, you know, this is what farm stuff is. You just have some random patches, random crap, which I got to throw out at some point. Ooh, we are flowering. It's quite beautiful. I like this little guy. Wattle tree. So this is, like, it's obviously fallen over, but this is gamba grass, right? Look down here. One scoop. There we go. There you go. Grows in big clumps like that. And that's pretty tall. There you go. Look, let's see if I can adjust this. There we go. So that's easily 12 foot. Or maybe 10, but either way, it's fucking tall. And when it goes off, it bloody goes off. But yeah, that's the plan for the time being. That old mower there was left here. It was working when I got here. Unfortunately, it was just too small for what I needed. Ended up getting the Husqvarna, which is a big 54-inch cutting deck. It's fucking phenomenal. But yeah, that was I think a 32-inch deck or something like that, so it didn't cut very much. But what will be happening in the future, once I get everything else sorted, is I have a 1000cc motorbike engine in the shed that was gifted to me quite generously, and that engine will be going in that mower. Obviously I'm going to be taking the cutting deck off and all those other bits and pieces, but yeah, that's going to be hella fun. Alright, I'll be back in a moment and I'll be hitting it with the brush cutter.